Hey everybody, welcome to Florida. It's September 2021. These are old sliding doors from the 80s, and the wheel, the wheels were rotted away. The door did not want to open. Had to lift up on it, try and get it open. Had a real problem with it. Well, I watched some YouTube videos, couldn't find the one I wanted on old doors like this, and how to get it off the track. So, let me show you what I did anyway. So this track does have a little bit of flex in it when you push down. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it does move. That's Ollie. That's our cat Ollie. Hey Ollie. So what I did with the other door is I had stuck it under a sturdy part of the frame, not with this rail sticking out, but I stuck it under there. I lifted it up gently, and you can see it kind of lift up when you do it. And then I pulled it forward, and it popped off the rail just a little bit, and I worked my way down, and finally the door came out. It wasn't that bad. I thought it was going to be worse. Just be really gentle. Don't break the glass. So you can see I haven't done this yet. That roller is just trashed. It is rusted and swelling. Also, you can see there's kind of a groove there and a groove there. There's Ollie again. He wants to go out. Up here, I took the old cartridge out. It's pretty corroded. My rail on the outside was so split and damaged that I'm going to have to cut a little rectangle out and drill a hole for the actual screw that holds the thing together. And right there was a hole before it became a split, and that's where the adjustment screw goes that actually raises or lowers the wheel on where the screw is. So this is what it's going to look like with that rail off. When I put it back on, I'm going to go ahead and put some lube on here, put some lube on there of some sort, or dish soap works great too. So what I used, the screw that actually holds it together, that goes in that hole right there, was a real pain in the butt to get out. I didn't want to break the glass, tapping on it. Used a rubber mallet on everything. The hammer didn't use so much. Used a block of wood. Had to have a block of wood to be able to actually tap this thing up and off. So get your little piece of 2x4 when you finally get the screws out. One at the other end, one at this end, and then the thing will tap up. It will come off. Just be really careful and work it. And I got this to where it was loose, and then I went down to the other end and did the same thing where it was loose. And the other end wasn't as stuck, so I kind of tapped that up first, and then I worked it towards me, and then I just lifted the one end as I went, and finally it popped right off. So that's the rail. What I had to use on this big screw, make sure you don't strip it. It's actually in okay shape, but it's a large Phillips bit. That kind right there. Hopefully you got one. And anyway, I really had an issue with this. I needed more torque behind it, so I found a socket that it would actually fit in. And after I tapped it a bunch with a screwdriver, put some lube on it, went ahead and held it down as far hard as I could, and just struggled with it a little bit, not too much, and it popped right out. I used the file to get a bunch of crud and stuff out of there. I'm going to dial it all in, squeeze it all together, and repair it when I go to put it back together. But this is the old roller. That was a pain in the butt to get out. My sister's calling. I don't know if you can see that on the screen or not, but that's the new one. They have them at Lowe's. This number is D1822. The one I looked for, it said they had 22 of them. 28 of them. And I went to this Lowe's that was 22 miles away, and they didn't have any. But I matched them up visually, and they had this. There's a website, and it's got like hundreds of different ones. So I recommend just go on Lowe's or Home Depot. I'm really surprised Home Depot didn't have them. But everything that doesn't work properly, I usually get from Lowe's, and then I regret it. So anyway, that's what's going on. Screw for the top, screw for the bottom, where I'm putting the roller, and the cartridge actually is going to go in just like that. Now that I got it all cleaned up, that's all I need to do. I'll put the rail back on. I'm going to cut my little piece of metal. We're probably bringing that in the shop first, cut a piece of metal for it so I'm all ready to go, so I can actually it's going to be thin enough where I can get this screw through it. I have self-tapping screws, really short ones. I see where it's at now, so if I have to put a self-tapping screw through the center of it to draw it all together, I know where to put it where it will not get in the way of anything if I put a really short self-tapper in, which I might do. We'll see. If I do it, I'll let you know, but hopefully I won't have to. That's it. That's all there is to it, and I recommend putting some tape across the glass just for like extra shock purposes. They say it helps. I've done it before. I've never had a problem with it anyway, but that's all there is to it. It's kind of heavy too. You might want 2 people. I did it by myself. I just use leverage, but that's it. Welcome to Florida, everybody. Woo! Hey everybody, it's still a 1980s door, but I put new rollers on it. It seems to work much better. It's still a 1980s door though, so. But it slides damn near like it's new. It works for me. I'm happy when you can have one finger operation, almost. But it closes, it locks. I had to adjust the lock a little bit. That's what they had. Here comes Ollie again. Ollie. But this is what we got. I'm happy with it so far, and I know the animals are going to be happy. So now it's time to clean up our patio. Welcome to Florida.